What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video with your host, as always, K-Mac Time. And today I thought it'd be a really cool idea to start talking about some of the games I'm excited to play that we're supposed to be getting in 2017. Now, a little caveat, some of these games' release dates are like not set in stone. Some are, some aren't. So these are just some of the games that I are planning on playing in 2017. But like I said, a lot of these games are subject to delays. They can get pushed back, so they might not come out maybe early 2018 or 2019 by the time we get some of these games. Who knows? But here we go. My top 10 games that I want to play in 2017. Starting us out with one that comes out in just a few short weeks, and that is Resident Evil 7. Now, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I've played a few of them. I have not played many of them, like a lot of the older ones I've played. I played 1, 4, 2, I think on the GameCube. I've played 5, and I've played a little bit of 6. But this one looks a little bit different. It looks like more like the PT demo that we saw on the PlayStation 4 or the PS3. And I'm excited for this. I'm hyped. I've never been excited for a Resident Evil game released before. Like I said, I've played a few of them. I've enjoyed them, and I like the series. But I've never been excited for a release before. And this one's got a lot of hype around it. I've played the 1-hour demo on Xbox and PS4, and I really liked it. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Resident Evil 7. And that one comes out in just a few weeks. I've got my pre-order. I'm going to be playing that. Might even do a live stream of that, my first blind playthrough of that. Next up is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, we don't have a whole lot of information on this just yet. Just that DICE is planning on releasing another Battlefront game either in 2017 or early 2018 first quarter. Not a whole lot of information there. We do know that they're probably going to give us a single-player campaign, which is what we wanted the whole time. And they will probably give us more in-depth, customization of guns, more modes, more vehicles, things like that. Because I feel like I really enjoyed Star Wars Battlefront for what it was, but there just wasn't enough there. And, of course they had DLC that came in. The DLC came in way too late, and I didn't want to pay again for, $60 more for a season pass for a game that I already paid $60 for it, and it wasn't complete. Like, I didn't get a single player. I got 3 freaking modes. I got like 6 weapons. And granted, what we got was really, really special and looked amazing, sounded amazing. One of the most stunning games I've ever played. But I just felt cheated by DICE because they wanted $120 basically to play the full experience of the game. That included the DLC, which came out almost a year later. There was like Force Awakens DLC, there was Death Star DLC, there was like Rogue One DLC. I never played any of it because by the time that came out, I was done with that game. I haven't played that game in over a year and a half. But the thing about that is, I'm still really excited to see what DICE can do with that engine that they're running on, and what they can prove with a single-player campaign can be really cool. I'm really excited to see that. No, like I said, I don't think there's an actual date for this. I think it's just 2017, sometime probably November-ish, if I had to guess. Can't wait to see what that DICE can do with that single player. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully we'll see something like that. Alright, our next game is a PlayStation 4 exclusive. And when I first heard about this, I was so excited. Because I am a huge, huge fan of the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Now, after that, we all know that the games kind of went downhill for the Crash. At least for me. I didn't really care for the Crash Bandicoot games. I know they were on the Game Boy Advance. They were on the PS2. They were on the GameCube, on the Xbox. I didn't really care for those ones as much, but I played the crap out of the original trilogy on the PS1. I still have my original copies of them from my childhood, and they're going to be doing a remastering of these on the PS4 called the Crash N. Sane Trilogy, and I am pumped for this. Like, now, as of right now, it has a tentative release date of like December. So, but this game, I've seen trailers for it. There was a trailer for it. It was a playable demo that they had at a convention. I think it was like one of the conventions. I'm not sure which one. And I saw people playing it, and it was like the first couple levels of the original Crash Bandicoot, and it looked amazing, and it looked so much fun. And things they added into this are perfect. They added in like leaderboards and like speed runnings and things like that. And I really, really can't wait to get my hands on this. It's like my childhood right there in that one little package. And hopefully they do this with other games. I know they're doing it with Final Fantasy VII. They're bringing it back, obviously, with Remaster. And they're doing it with Crash Bandicoot. Hopefully they bring back Spyro, the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy on the PS1 is also one of my favorites. And hopefully they bring that back eventually. But we're getting sidetracked. The Crash N. Sane Trilogy is going to be amazing. I cannot wait for that one. Next up on our list is Ace Combat 7. Now, a lot of you may not be familiar with the Ace Combat series. They've had a couple of games that came out, I think, on the 360 and PS3. I don't think they've had one on the Xbox One or PS4 just yet. So this is going to be the next, or the first Ace Combat game that fully takes advantage of the current generation of consoles. And I don't know, I mean, I've always been a big Ace Combat fan. I remember playing the Ace Combat 4, Ace Combat 5 especially, and Ace Combat 0 were some of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2. Like I said, they have had a couple that I've had Ace Combat 6, and they've had Ace Combat Horizons, I think it was called, on the 360 that I've played. Those games weren't as good as the original, not the original, but the ones that I played originally on the PS2. There are Ace Combat 1, 2, and a couple others, I believe, on the PS1. I've never played those, but the PS2 games are the ones I was always excited for, and it looks like they're going back to that storyline. They're going back to that Ucio and Belka, I believe. I can't remember the name of the other continents. It's basically a remake of World War II with the continents. I don't know. Really cool storyline back in the day. They've kind of gotten away from that, and they've kind of gotten into this weird thing. I don't really care if they think I'm taking the games lately, so I haven't really been playing them. But when I saw this trailer, and I believe this is a PS4 exclusive now that I think about it. But anyway, when I saw this trailer, it looked so good. The planes have always looked good in the Ace Combat games. Even on the PS2, the planes look pretty decent. But this, graphically, was insane to me. And the things that they're going to be doing with this game, I cannot wait to see. And hopefully, there's some kind of VR. I've heard rumors about there being a VR cockpit experience with the PSVR. That could be the application or the game that makes me go out and buy a PlayStation VR. Because as of right now, I want one. I would like to have one. I just don't have the money for it. And there's not really any games out there that I really want to play on that badly. Yeah, there's the Until Dawn, Blood Rush, and a couple of others I would like to play experience. But I don't think it justifies spending like $500 to get all the stuff and the games. But that might be the game where I can be in a fighter pilot, you know, in the cockpit. That might be the game where I actually have to go out and get it. And I'm very excited for Ace Combat 7 coming in 2017. Next up is the God of War that's going to be coming to the PlayStation 4. And a lot of PS4 exclusive on this list now that I'm looking at it. But anyway, this game, it got me super excited when we first saw the trailer for it back at E3. We saw a different side of Kratos, and a lot of people were complaining about how he seemed kind of docile, didn't seem as, you know, manly as before. But I think this game is going to be something special. Again, graphically, the PS4 made this look absolutely insanely great. Cannot wait to see where they take this game, where they're going to be taking the storyline with Kratos and his son. Is he going to pass the torch off? Is his son going to get killed? I don't know. We'll find out. But this storyline, I've just recently gotten into it. I did play a little bit of God of War 2 back on PS2 days and God of War 3. Obviously on the PS3, but I just now started getting into this series. I just got the God of War HD remaster. I bought a PlayStation 3 just to play those, and I did get my hands on a copy of the HD remaster on PS4 as well. And I'm starting to dive into the storyline, and I'm falling in love with the characters and all the hack and slash and the battle combat. Actually having a great time with that. So that's got me really, really excited for the God of War coming to PS4. Cannot wait for that game. I'm stoked on that. Hopefully you guys have played this series, because honestly, I had missed out on it because I didn't have a PS3 back in the day. I only had Xbox 360. And it's one of those games I kind of just never got to play. And now that I went out and bought a PS3 and I have a PS4 now, I'm getting into that series and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'm really happy to see they're having a new game come out in 2017. Alright, our next game is a throwback to one of my all-time favorite platformers on one of my favorite systems on the N64, which is Banjo-Kazooie. This game called Yooka-Laylee, which is basically a spiritual successor to the Banjo-Kazooie series, is going to be coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, I believe in quarter 1 or 2 of 2017, so like March, April-ish, maybe. Could be wrong on that, don't quote me. But I'm excited for this because this is the kind of game that I absolutely loved back in the day growing up. I love these platforming collectathons. I loved Donkey Kong on N64. I loved Conkers. You know, all the games that Rare used to make, these collectathons, platforming games, were amazing. Conkers, Banjo, DK. Those type of games are what I loved. And this is going to be a brand new version of that. And it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. From what I've seen of it, it looks beautiful. It sounds amazing. The music is going to be perfect in this. It's going to be an old school throwback to that Banjo-Kazooie type music, which was so good back in the day. Even on the N64, it sounded amazing. So excited for this. It's going to be coming out. I'm not sure what the price on it is. I'm not sure if it's a $60 game or like a $50 game, maybe a $30 game. I'm not sure on that. But I'm going to be getting this game day one for sure. Going to be having a great time with this. Kind of just reliving some of my childhood memories playing Banjo-Kazooie. But yeah, Yooka-Laylee was one I've been excited for since I first heard about the Kickstarter. I don't even know how long ago. I've heard about that Kickstarter maybe a year and a half ago, even longer possibly. And I funded it then, and I've been excited for it ever since. And it's actually finally coming out. And I cannot wait to get my hands on a full retail copy of it and get some platforming amazing action in. Next up is Red Dead Redemption 2, which I am also very excited for. I'm very excited for all these games, as you guys can tell. I'm just off the charts hyped for these. But this is a game that I spent hours on. Everything that Rockstar does is obviously going to be the top of the top. I'm talking GTA, talking Red Dead Redemption, those type of games are always the best for the open world exploration and these giant sandbox type games. And it's going to be awesome because I believe this is the first time they're bringing this to PC. As of now, I still don't think there's a PC port of Red Dead Redemption 2. Not that I play PC, I'm a console guy, but I know a lot of people out there that are only PC probably never got to experience Red Dead Redemption. And that's a shame because that was one of the best games on the last gen systems on 360. I had that. I remember playing that with buddies for like what seems like days. We go on benders and just play that. And then the of course was the Undead DLC, which was amazing back in the day. I couldn't believe that they brought zombies to that game, and it was absolutely amazing. I love Rockstar games, if you can't tell. I've put so many hours into those type of games, and to see a full sequel coming to a franchise that it's been long dormant. I think it's been like what, almost 10 years, maybe. I'm not sure exactly when it came out. Maybe it's like 2008, 2009, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. It's been a long time, put it that way, since we've seen a Red Dead Redemption game, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be, if it's going to take full advantage of the next gen hardware, the current gen hardware. If it's anything like GTA 5 with the scope of how big they can make the maps or the locations, and I'm sure they can make it even bigger, they can do even more. I'm excited, and I'm going to be spending days upon days upon days playing this game when it finally drops in 2017. So fingers crossed that it doesn't get pushed back, because I know Rockstar likes to push their games back, which I don't have the biggest problem with, because they're always the company that if something's not right, if something's not good enough, they'll push it back until it is right, and they won't EA you. They won't dump a piece of crap on you and expect you to pay $60 for something that's broken, like EA has been known to do. Look at you, Battlefield 4. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Hopefully, like I said, it doesn't get pushed back. Hopefully we get 2017. But I'm not exactly holding my breath because, like I said, Rockstar does tend to push their games back until they're perfected. But 2017, Red Dead Redemption 2, fingers crossed. Alright, so this is our only Nintendo game on the list because I don't have a whole lot of information on what is and isn't coming out for the Nintendo Switch. I guess you could say the Nintendo Switch as a system could be on this list. I'm very excited for that. I just saw a thing on the internet today that said that some website over in Europe was taking pre-orders for it already, and by mistake. Anyway, we'll get that maybe another video. But Zelda Breath of the Wild is something that I'm very excited for. I might get it. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the NX on day one, not the NX anymore, the Switch on day one. If I do, I'll definitely be getting this game with it because I assume this would be a launch title for it. It would only make sense to be a launch title. If not, I'll just get it on the Wii U when that comes out. But I am so excited to play this. It's been a while since I've played a Zelda game that wasn't a remake. All the games we've been getting in the Zelda series lately have been remakes. We've been getting, you know, the Twilight Princess, we got the Wind Waker HD, and all that kind of stuff, and yada yada. It's been a while since we've got a new full installment of a Zelda series that wasn't just a rehashed remake, HDify of a game that came out 15 years ago. And I'm excited for that because I love exploring new things, going through new things, and as much as I like playing, you know, Majora's Mask on my 3DS, or playing, you know, A Link to the Past, or Link Between Worlds on my 3DS, or playing Wind Waker on the Wii U, I really would enjoy a brand new story. And the one that they're bringing here looks so amazing. We've seen like hours of gameplay of it already. And of course it looks beautiful, sounds beautiful. It's Nintendo, it's Zelda. It's going to be all those things. But for the first time in a while, I've been actually really excited for this. Obviously, Zelda, Nintendo, can't go wrong there. And hopefully this game doesn't get pushed back as well. There's been rumors out there that it's going to be delayed. Fingers crossed on it not being delayed as well. I guess we'll just have to wait and see if it's going to be a launch title for the Switch or not. It is already confirmed to be coming out on both the Switch and the Wii U. So there is that. If not, I'll just get it on the Wii U if it gets delayed for one or the other. But that's the only Nintendo game that I really know for sure is coming out. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more that I'm going to be buying and playing. So hopefully we'll get more from Nintendo. But if not, Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to be one of the biggest games of the year. Another game that I am just blown away by, that I just couldn't really... every time I see the gameplay of it, I'm like, oh man, I have to play that. I wish it was out now. I really need to get out there and play this game. I wish there was a demo of it at least I could play. And that is Cuphead, which is the Xbox One exclusive cartoon shooter that is so cute. It's like a cute 'em up. I love it. I love it though. It has multiplayer co-op. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait to co-op through that campaign with some of my buddies. And the gameplay looks amazing. The 1920s or 30s style cartoons is so cool to me. Kind of fits in with what I like. I like cartoons. I like video games. And that kind of mashes them both together into this awesome shooter. And like I said, I've been excited for this. I think I saw this trailer or the E3 back in like 2015, 2014 or whenever that first trailer was released. And I've been hype on this game ever since, and I just can't wait for it to come out. It needs to come out like yesterday. I need to get my hands on this game. I need to play it. This is one that I'm so excited for. Like I've pre-ordered it already, and like I can taste it. I can taste how close it is to finally getting to play Cuphead. And like I said, the co-op's gonna be amazing. The graphics are amazing. The shooter mechanics are great. The boss battles are epic. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like online leaderboards, speedrunning, all that kind of fun stuff. This is the type of game that I want to bring to my channel as well. Get some gameplay up, maybe some how-to, some tips and tricks on games like this. Because these games are brutally tough. People don't really realize a lot of times that these like shooters like this can be really hard. And you know, getting tips from someone like me could really help out the channel. And it's a game I really want to play. So Cuphead is one I am stoked on. If you guys have not seen any gameplay on that, please do yourself a favor and look that one up. But Cuphead 2017, my second most anticipated game. And finally, my #1 most anticipated game for 2017 is the South Park Fractured But Whole game. And I absolutely adored the Stick of Truth. The game was so funny. It had everything I wanted it to be. It had the humor from the show. All the characters were there. It had great action RPG turn-based combat, which I was really surprised by. To be honest with you, I didn't think that the RPG factor of it would be that great. It had good collectibles and like some of the funniest lines I've ever seen in any video game ever. Trey and Matt really did a great job on that. Now, this game was supposed to be already have been out. I believe it was supposed to come out this past Christmas season, but for whatever reason, with the show, with their musicals, whatever else they were doing, it just got pushed back. I believe it comes out in March or April or May, somewhere around there. So it's coming. It's only a few short months away, and it is going to be amazing. From the trailers that I've seen so far, I've already laughed out loud at trailers. They're just trailers, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for this. Another cool thing is, if you guys have never played the Stick of Truth, if you guys buy this game, it actually comes with a copy of Stick of Truth or a digital download code, so you guys can play that game and then play this game after it. I believe it is a direct sequel to it. I'm not exactly sure on that. The storyline is a little bit different. It's more based around comic book heroes and superheroes and stuff like that, instead of like you know, the wizards and stuff for the last one. But it's going to be absolutely hilarious. The game's going to be great. Hopefully they add in a few things, maybe some co-op, maybe some online multiplayer if they can. I'm not sure whether they probably have time for that, probably not. But the single-player campaign for this is so good. I've played the Stick of Truth, like I said, at least 3 or 4 times all the way through, and it's so fucking hilarious. I love that game, and that is why South Park: The Fractured But Whole is my #1 most anticipated game of 2017, at least so far. That may be subject to change in the future, but like I said, All the games on this list are games I'm getting day one. I'm going to be playing the crap out of them. The games I'm so excited to play and get my hands on. Hopefully they all come out in 2017, but inevitably I know one or two of them will probably get delayed or pushed back to 2018 or even later or whatever. But I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section what games you guys are excited to play in 2017. Also in the comment section down below, leave a comment with the code word Mario, because Mario's been breakdancing over my shoulder the whole time here in the background. So make sure you guys drop that in the comments down below. Like I said, also leave a comment, tell me what your favorite games of 2017 are going to be. And also, guys, you can hit the like button. It'd be greatly appreciated. It really helps out my channel when you guys hit that like button, thumbs up, hit the little bell button, and subscribe. But until next time, guys, remember, it's always KMac time somewhere. Until then, take it easy, and peace out.